Hello everyone, and welcome to the 6th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. I am your host, Benedict, or BHL, and joining me once again is Frederick.
The wonderful co-host.
Yes, okay.
Who leads this podcast with much charisma.
There's a reason you're called the co-host and not the host. Welcome back to the show. This is the first episode actually on the new channel. Oh. So I'm hoping people see it. I'm hoping for like 100 views, maybe?
100 views.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm hoping for at least 150. If we don't, we're shutting down this podcast.
Okay, fine. Yeah, look, we actually gotten a lot of support on this one. Like, already 280 or something like that, which is
it?
Great. Yeah, which is pretty great for, like, new channel,
new
channel,
new me.
Exactly. So, I'm very happy about that. So I hope this doesn't go completely to hell.
Bonkers?
Yes, that too. And as usual... Yeah, first of all, if you don't know what... we should really have, like, an intro that tells people what it is.
Okay.
So, we'll figure that out for next time. If you don't know what this is, we talk movies, TV, comic books, not really comic books, video games, mostly movies. We're being honest
It's
here.
basically movies here. And TV shows.
Yeah. And also, if you want to skip around to something, or you haven't seen a certain thing and you don't want it spoiled or something like that, there are time codes down below so you can skip around as you please. And also today, as usual, we're doing the little mini reviews of stuff we watched in the past 2 weeks. We're doing
the news.
The news.
The Tom Cnews.
We're gonna have a little Tom
Tom News.
We're gonna have a little Tom Cruise news. We'll get to it.
The Tom Cnews.
And we're also gonna have a little topic. This week we're ranking the Marvel movies, so that should be fun. Hopefully, I don't know.
It's gonna be freaking boring.
All right. So let's get into it. First of all, with the reviews, this is from a while ago. This came out like 2 weeks ago. But The Defenders happened, which we've actually both seen all of it.
Oh yeah, I watched it in 2 days.
Same here, I think.
No, you didn't. You watched it in 3.
Okay,
better
fine.
than BHL, more committed.
But yeah. I mean, what did you think? Because I've already given my review. So what do you?
I haven't seen it. Oh, actually, I have seen it. I have seen it.
What, you just said you'd seen it?
Yeah, I have seen it. I just forgot I'd seen it. Okay, well, I liked it. I liked Iron Fist more than in the actual Iron Fist.
They handled that a lot better.
Yeah. And of course, Matt Murdock. Wonderful.
Matt Murdock's the best by far. Like honestly, like Charlie Cox is the best actor of all of them, I'd say, or maybe not like best.
Also the best actor, I'd say.
Well, like best performance of the four. Although I love Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, but and also
I don't know. Like I like Jessica Jones, but she's a bit over the top, isn't she? Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. You're right.
Exactly.
No, I really like season 2's coming out. You know.
Of Jessica Jones.
Yeah, with Kilgrave's
That's gonna
back.
be bad. What? He died.
I think maybe it's like a hallucination or something in it, but he was seen on set. And Luke Cage season 2 is happening with actually we'll get to that. That's, and
what about Daredevil season 3?
That's also happening. And Iron Fist season 2 is happening, and Punisher is happening.
Oh, that's like in December,
very excited
right?
for that. November actually.
November. Oh.
Yeah.
Like the little trailer.
Yeah, we can talk about that. There was a trailer for the Punisher. It didn't show much really. It showed him.
It was really cool.
Hammering in a Punisher logo.
In a Punisher way.
I hope that's just for the trailer, not the actual series. I assume it is, but like it'd be really weird if at the start of the show he hammers like a Punisher logo into the stone. So I'm hoping. Yeah, that must just be for the trailer.
Can I just say that back to the Defenders now?
Okay,
Screw the Punisher. Get back on track, dude. You know is it Misty Knights, the detective's called?
Yes.
I don't like her.
What?
She's bad.
Do you mean the character or the actor?
Why not both?
I think they're both good.
Nah.
I quite enjoy them. I think the supporting characters, while not always as strong, or like,
and the same as with Colleen Wing.
I think Colleen Wing is like borderline better than Danny Rand.
In Iron Fist,
yeah,
she was, I think, but now she's just.
And I think Misty Knight's cool.
Misty Knights is
Foggy Nelson. He got a haircut.
Foggy's always good.
Yeah,
I don't like his haircut though. Come on, Foggy.
That's fair. But yeah. Overall, Defenders, I quite enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. It's not like anything super insane or like special.
It's like, what would you rank it in terms of all the other?
I'd say it's better than Iron Fist and Luke Cage, but I'd say it's not as good as Jessica Jones and Daredevil.
Better than Daredevil season 2?
No. Okay. I actually really enjoyed it.
Me too.
Daredevil
I think it was better than Jessica Jones, which I've watched one episode.
Right, exactly. Okay, well, moving on. Just a little update. I'm still watching The Office, although a lot less because work has
because it's gotten so shit.
A lot less because work has been kind of ramping up from school, but I still try to get an episode in occasionally. Still great. Still trying to be Jim Halpert. I'm giving you a few practical Jim Halpert-esque pranks these days.
Yeah. I don't really get them.
By changing the background on your phone. That's about it.
I get them. Yeah.
And Archer, which I've again haven't been watching a ton, but I'm still really enjoying it. I also watched Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Now this sounds like a western.
It is. It's from 1969 or something like that. 68.
Is it like one of those spaghetti westerns?
I don't know.
You didn't watch it, did you?
It's like my dad's favorite, or like one of my dad's favorite movies. So you know it's bad. I really enjoyed it. Usually movies from like the 60s, they're kind of slow and they're kind of, I don't know, they're a little, I don't know. I find them a little hard to like sit through entirely in one sitting. Like I kind of maybe want to take a break halfway through. But
and did you for this one?
No, it was very good. It was very entertaining. It's the late Paul Newman and Robert Redford.
Paul Newman, what was he in?
Butch Cassidy. The Sting.
The Sting.
Also Robert Redford. He's very famous, but he passed away. And Robert Redford, you know Robert Redford?
Maybe.
He's in Winter Soldier.
As what?
He's the old white guy.
Oh yeah, that explains a lot, doesn't it?
There's only one. The guy who...
I don't remember
Spoiler
the Winter
alert
Soldier.
for Winter Soldier. He turns out to be Hydra in the end. Whatever. We have to talk about this movie later.
Do we? Okay.
And do we? Do I really?
Do I really need to?
But yeah, Butch Cassidy, very good. Highly recommend.
Game of Thrones.
We have a few different... So first of all, just my quick tickly... What was that?
Quick tickly. I tickle me.
My take quickly is what I meant to say. I'm still in season 3. I'm almost finished, so I'm working my way up.
Oh, we're gonna watch.
I'm loving it.
The episode 9, Reigns of Castamere.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be good.
Yeah, we're a bunch of friends getting together to watch. All right, by the time this goes out, we will have watched it. But yeah,
little disclaimer.
Season 3, great so far. I'm gonna actually do a review. I'm thinking of seasons 1 through 3, so I'm gonna save my thoughts for then. But so far, obviously, it's amazing. And you're totally caught up. So you saw the season finale.
It's amazing. Like it leaves you on a cliffhanger. It's
yeah.
Well, see, I can't discuss anything here.
Look, you can. I know who died. Spoiler alert for Game of Thrones, by the way.
Oh yeah, can I talk about that?
Only the one person who I know who dies.
And can I tell you how he dies?
No.
Okay. Well, Littlefinger died.
I like Littlefinger.
Yeah,
I know.
He's a good character, but I don't like him. I hate him.
I love he's very charismatic. Not charismatic. He's enjoyable to watch. I'm not saying he's a good person. I just saw him let Joffrey murder a hooker. That's usually not a great thing.
I feel like he was standing there clapping. He's such a douchebag.
I enjoy it whenever he's on.
He's such a slippery little douchebag, and I'm glad he's dead. And the way they do it, oh my god, it's amazing. You have a lot to look forward to.
I'm excited to keep watching. Then I started watching BoJack Horseman. Actually, very good. Quite surprised me how much I enjoy it.
I watched 10 minutes of it and I stopped because it's
when
I saw it on Netflix.
When was that?
A few weeks ago, I think.
It's great. It's very funny. It's not consistently super hilarious. Like sometimes it's incredibly hilarious, and some episodes are like, that wasn't
Come on,
funny.
BoJack.
Well, I just saw an episode where something about the Hollywood sign. It wasn't very funny. I was like, that's kind of a weak episode. But like other stuff, great. Aaron Paul's in it. He's amazing. Will Arnett's great. Like most of it's very, very funny, and then some of it, Although apparently it gets so much better in season 2 and 3. So I think I'm gonna stick with it.
3 seasons.
Yeah, season 4 is coming out soon. So yeah, Rick and Morty's been going.
Oh, that's that. Now back to some good cartoons. This is good.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really have to talk about it because we've kind of said everything. And everything that can be said has been said. I don't know. I find it hard to talk about shows and movies that are comedies that are intentionally funny because there's not much to say except it's funny, you know.
It's good. You
don't want to spoil the jokes, and it's always weird if you discuss a joke, you know. It always ruins it. Yeah. I will say though, I love how creative it is. I was thinking back to some older episodes, and the latest one where they're evil, the worst parts of them get trapped, get personified. It reminded me a lot of the older episodes, which I love so much how they take one concept and they go so far with it and it gets so absurd, it's hilarious. So yeah. I love that. So yeah, overall Rick and Morty, highly recommended. By the way, just want to say, it's disclaimer, I am kind of sick when we're recording this. I have kind of a stuffed nose and cough. So if at some point I forget to edit out a cough or a sniffle or something like that, or a whimper, then
Or grown-up.
then I'm sorry. Just
Little
putting it out
disclaimer: I'm completely fine. Just so you don't worry.
there. That was looming over everyone's head this whole episode.
I know. But is Freddy all right?
You're probably gonna get sick from this recording. I'll just be honest. Okay, now the main movie we saw this week.
Do we want to save this for the Tom Cnews, or is this the Tom Cnews we're doing right here?
Let's save it actually. You watched Patriots Day?
Oh yeah, I really liked it. Have you watched it?
No, but I have it queued up. I really want to watch it.
It's really
good. The trailer made me cry almost.
Oh yeah, no, it did. Don't even say almost. Ladies and gentlemen, BHL is cozy.
Like it looks very emotional, and
it is.
Kevin Bacon.
Well, so I didn't cry. Come on.
I'm a man. All right? No, but it's.
I have hair on my. I was about to say I have chest on my hair.
But so it seems very inappropriate considering what the movie's about. It's about
Wait, what?
the Boston bombing.
Yeah.
Did you watch Patriots Day?
No,
Because you seemed very confused when I brought that up.
because I said hair on my chest and you said.
No, I'm just saying all this humorous banter seems inappropriate considering how serious the actual.
I
movie
laughed all the way through the movie.
You shouldn't say that.
I didn't. It was very serious.
Yeah, so I really want to watch it. It seems like a very. It's directed by the guy who did Lone Survivor and Deepwater Horizon. Basically, Mark Wahlberg's best
Marky
friend.
Moose.
All right. Well, now let's get on to the news. First of all, Daniel Craig confirmed on Stephen Colbert that he is going to be James Bond again. What Colbert? I love Colbert.
Stephen.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay, you said a laughing fit over Stephen Colbert. I love Stephen Colbert. He's the best.
He seems interesting, doesn't he?
He's a Greek. That's not the news. So
Stephen Colbert is interesting.
What do you think of Craig being back?
Craig being back.
Craig being back as Bond.
That was a bit more macho. I like it. Well,
You're such a prick.
I like it. He's the best Bond in my opinion.
Yeah, but by
but
Spectre, he seemed kind of played out.
Yeah, but how much is he getting for this month?
It's like a lot.
It's like over 100 million, isn't it?
I put out a tweet which put side by side at BHL_Hudson. Subtle plug.
Oh. Oh God.
But I put out a tweet where it was like side by side of the headline James Bond, Daniel Craig is going to be him again, and then back in 2015 he said if I play James Bond again, it would literally only be for the money. And he said he would slash his wrists if he had to do it again. So expect Daniel Craig to show up dead at the end of the shoot. But like, I don't know. If he, maybe because he's taking a break, he did some Logan Lucky. So
oh my God.
Now if he's re-energized,
oh God,
maybe he's good for it. So I'd like to see also
now that he's been naked,
because Spectre kind of left it off as kind of meh note, for such a great actor playing character. So I would like to see it go out on like just a high note. And enough of this like tying it all together, right?
Yeah.
Like just have him go on a mission, like Casino Royale. Just have him like.
Yeah, what I didn't like the twist where it's like Le Chiffre and
how they're all connected to Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, all his villains. So now who's he gonna fight?
Yeah, exactly. Just have it be some asshole he has to take out, and you can have Lea Seydoux there again. She was pretty good.
Have who?
Lea Seydoux. She was the girl in Spectre.
Oh, she's the one who's also in
Mission Impossible. Yeah.
Blue is the warmest color.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't ask me how I know that.
But yeah, so overall, it depends on how the movie actually turns out. All right, now there was a bunch of Star Wars news. First of all,
they're making a Boba Fett movie.
Boba Fett, and maybe
Boba
Fett. But the main news was disregard the Boba Fett and Yoda because I'm actually not sure if that was confirmed. But
what is this just something you made up? You know what?
I would like my wish list.
Boba Fett.
But they confirmed they're making an Obi Wan movie with
which is
they're
already making a Han Solo movie.
I don't know. I'm probably more excited for Obi-Wan now because I was insanely excited for Han Solo because of the directors, Chris Miller and Phil Lord.
Yeah.
Then they got kicked out because wait, did you not hear about this?
No.
Oh, they got kicked out because like they were kind of making it a comedy, and Lucasfilm was like, no, we don't like that. So they kicked them. They kicked them out, and they got Ron Howard to do it. Who did Apollo 13 and Rush.
Where have I heard Ron Howard before? Like
probably Apollo 13.
No.
And Rush.
You're funny. Ron.
He's the
I'll
father
sleep on
of
it.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, that helps me.
She's the girl from Jurassic World.
Okay, we'll stop it.
Anyway, this isn't. Also, some guy got. Have you seen The Wire? This is completely random. No, it has to do with Han Solo. Have you seen The Wire?
Side note: have you seen Pokemon? No, I haven't. I want to.
They never. Some actor got cut out completely from Han Solo, who was in The Wire, which seems weird. That movies are so. We'll talk about Justice League later, but they're doing so many reshoots and directors are leaving halfway through, and they're whole characters and storylines.
Hashtag what happened to movies? Movies are dying.
I find it interesting, but anyway, Obi Wan. They're doing that. They hadn't confirmed it, but they're probably getting Ewan McGregor back.
Okay, that's good.
Because he's one of the best parts of the prequels.
He is the best part.
Yeah, I would say so probably. And he wants to do it. He's the perfect age. There's no reason why they wouldn't get him.
He's perfect age. Just ripe.
But yeah, I don't understand why they wouldn't get him. And so it's gonna be set between episode 3 and 4. So he's on Tatooine, probably looking after Luke.
Tatooine getting a tattoo. I always make that joke, and it fails.
It falls flatter than
it fails to fail every time.
Okay, fine. Yeah. It's gonna be directed. You don't know this movie, but it's gonna be directed by the guy who did Billy Elliot.
I know that movie.
Yeah, of course you do.
I do.
Really?
No.
He's such a freak. So that's promising-ish. I don't know. He does good character movies, I guess. So that's exciting. They might do. There was a comic where Darth Maul comes back.
What, Darth Maul?
Darth
Sidious?
Darth Maul comes back with robot legs and fights Obi Wan, which sounds pretty awesome.
Isn't he the red guy?
Yes, he's the.
Didn't he fall down something?
Yes, he fell down something.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So he loses his legs while falling down?
He cut him in half.
I don't remember that.
Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. For the record, I just want to let our audience know that every time we take a break in the recording to kind of get up and stretch a little bit, Freddie goes over to get a new mouthful of chips, which he's still chewing when we started recording now, which I'm a little upset about. So I just want everyone to know that. Hashtag FDK exposed.
Hashtag FDK sniped.
So anyway, Obi-Wan sounds good.
Now back to your Boba Fett movie that you really want,
we're not doing
that you wish would happen.
Anna. Oh God, I was supposed to research this. I didn't. Anna Dione was cast as
Dion.
Starfire. Okay, fine.
I don't know. It sounds like it.
Was cast as Starfire.
Starfire.
You know the Teen Titans?
What?
It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter.
It's not important. Okay?
It has tons of fans. Everyone loves it. But
you can go on a Facebook profile.
What? Starfire.
You should leave this in Starfire.
Did I just dream this or something?
I think you did.
Anna Diop.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, this is the research section. Okay.
This is clearly a well-planned podcast episode.
So anyway, Anna
I thought that guy's name was 24 Legacy.
Anna Diop was cast as Starfire. She's a member of the Teen Titans, which is a group in the comics from DC, which has Robin and Cyborg and Beast Boy.
Beast Boy. That sure does sound exciting. So what's your code name? Beast Boy. What do? I beast on the boys.
He can turn into animals or something. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Oh. That's exciting.
Why are you such an asshole?
Because Beast Boy.
Okay, fine. Fair. She's going to be Starfire. She was in...
What does Starfire do?
Shoots fire, I think.
And stars?
Very good.
Very funny.
She's been in stuff like...
Good one, dude.
The only thing I recognize here kind of is 24 Legacy, which is the sequel to 24. Show.
What's 24?
Yeah, never mind. Okay, clearly this is not going anywhere, so let me just say...
and Diop.
A Teen Titans new live-action show I'm kind of indifferent towards, because I never watched the actual animated show. The next piece of news...
is Wonder Woman.
I spelled it wrong in my notes, alright? James Cameron, he said a bunch of stuff about Wonder Woman.
He wants to be Wonder Woman.
He was cast as Wonder Woman. No, have you heard about this? You know James Cameron, right?
Yeah.
So he was like... I don't... it's so...
Oh, that sounds deep. Talk about Wonder Woman.
So he was like, female characters, I used to make them gritty and real, and they have problems like Sarah Connor, and now it's Wonder Woman. I like the movie, but Wonder Woman, she's too pretty or something. This isn't a direct quote, obviously, but
I couldn't tell.
But I don't know. I don't want to get into this because I feel like I'm gonna misrepresent the situation. Because I'll be honest, I kind of skimmed the article. But and then Patty Jenkins responded on Twitter, and she's like, "Go f yourself, James Cameron." She didn't say that, but she was like,
she said it more graphically. It was inappropriate as hell.
She said, she was like, you don't understand 'cause you're not a woman or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, James Cameron
Suck it.
responding with fire.
But so I mean, I see, like, I don't agree with him, but I understand what he's.
But I understand what he's doing.
I get what he's saying. Like,
Women don't understand anything.
He's saying like Wonder Woman isn't is kind of a step backwards because she's like so
Perfect.
yeah, like she's so
Her accent isn't perfect.
got him. Like she's like she used to be the actress used to be a model, so like it's not. And
But
like,
isn't Wonder Woman known for her beauty?
well yeah yeah I don't think he understands the character or comic book movies really. So
I feel like he wanted to do the Blob, and he got like, what the hell is she so pretty for?
like I don't know. These last two pieces of news have been terrible. All right, I'm sorry. We're trying to get back on track. Listen, this segues nicely into like a load of
Full stop. This segues nicely into a load.
into a load of DC news, most of which is bad. But
A Joker movie. Is it going to be Jared Leto?
okay, here's the thing. Let me paint a picture for you.
Okay.
Okay, there's gonna be a prequel Joker movie.
What paint are you using?
It's such a dumb joke. A prequel Joker movie set in the 1980s, not starring Jared Leto,
Well,
starring a new actor.
Well,
Not-
what's the point then?
Not set in the DC
What is the
extended
point?
universe. Produced by Martin Scorsese,
Okay.
directed by the director of War Dogs and the Hangover trilogy.
It's gotta be good.
So that's
interesting.
yeah.
But
listen.
wasn't the Joker like? Okay, so Heath Ledger is what, 40 now? Not Heath. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Jared Leto. I'm so sorry.
Because I thought you were like setting up for a really tasteless joke, like Heath Ledger's 40 now.
I'm just genuinely tasteless.
But okay, that was I'm sorry, listeners at home. That was a genuine mistake. Anyway, Jared Leto is like 40 now.
Okay.
I assume.
Well, and so the Okay, I'm Sherlock Holmes right here. Just listen. And the Suicide Squad movie.
We gotta speed this news up, by the
Okay,
way, 'cause we
okay.
have a whole segment.
Okay, and the Suicide Squad movie was in what, 2016?
Yes.
Right? And he looked about 40 in that.
Mm-hmm.
Take back, and it was in the 80s.
No.
What?
Suicide Squad wasn't in the
set
80s.
in the 80s. The new Joker movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 30 years back, so he's 10 years old. That sounds good.
So yeah, exactly. It's not set in the DCEU, which is weird. They're starting like a whole new canon or something like that. I don't know. Todd Phillips, the War Dogs director, is doing it.
Such a white name. So what's your name? Todd Phillips.
He's doing it, and I like the idea of Martin Scorsese producing and Todd Phillips directing. I don't understand why.
But isn't Scorsese like a director?
Yeah, but he's producing it. Directors can
yeah.
produce. Yeah. So the only thing is, something I really like about the Joker is you don't really know his origin. Like that's what makes him mysterious. Like you see sometimes, like in The Killing Joke and in Batman '89, but like generally, you don't really like. It's kind of that's what makes him. Part of what makes him cool is that you don't know like where he came from. So seeing like a whole movie about his origin, not really crazy about that. But we'll see.
It's kind of like The Killing Joke, a little bit.
Yeah.
You see his origins there.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh.
I feel like you don't listen to anything I say ever. Anyway, next thing, Joker and Harley movie was announced. This time with Jared Leto.
This I'm excited for.
By the directors of Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay, this is I'm not as excited for anymore.
I haven't seen that. I really want to though, but this sounds. I don't understand why you would.
Weren't they also making just like a Harley Quinn movie?
Yeah. So there are gonna be 4 movies with Joker or Harley in them. There's gonna be the Joker origin, Joker and Harley, Gotham City Sirens, which is Harley, Poison Ivy, and what's her name, Catwoman.
Oh.
And
are they gonna get the woman who also played in X-Men on?
What?
Halle Berry? Are they gonna get her back?
I wish.
God.
And Suicide Squad 2. So that's 4. We don't. We don't need 4 Joker and Harley movies.
Well,
I could go for 5. That sounds whatever. I mean,
it's not what we need. It's what we deserve.
Right. Okay.
Right. Shut up, dude.
Jared Leto came out and he was like, everything that they said about. Like everyone was saying how I sent people condoms and rats. That was all exaggerated. I didn't. That was stupid. Method acting stupid. which
What?
I don't believe for a second. I think he's just embarrassed.
Is he trying to like sneak away here?
I think he's just embarrassed that like he spent all this time preparing and like doing this crazy stuff, and he was in the movie for 5 minutes, and now he looks like a real jackass. So I'm pretty sure he's just saying like, yeah, I just showed up on the day and said my lines, and yeah, it was no big deal. But like,
Yeah, shut up.
but like Will Smith and Margot Robbie themselves said like he sent me bullets and condoms and stuff. So like, what's up with that? So Jared Leto, you're not fooling anybody. I see right through you.
What's this next news?
It's Joss Whedon, sleazy man. Listen, okay.
How is Joss Whedon a sleazy man?
We gotta tread lightly on this, because, like, again, I haven't even read the article. I heard about it.
Is he cheating?
Well, here's the thing. So, Joss Whedon's wife put out a thing where she was like, Joss Whedon, because he's, like, all about, like, strong female characters. Like, he did Buffy and he, like, Black Widow and all that kind of stuff.
Buffy. Oh, the vampire stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, she's like, he's a hypocrite for doing all that, because, like, for the past 20 years of my life, when we've been married, he cheated on me, and, like, he slept with actors and, like, producers and whatever, and he's really doesn't respect women, something like that. Again, I didn't read it, I just heard about this, and we don't know if it's true. I don't think
instantly you took Joss Whedon's side.
And we haven't heard Joss Whedon's side, so I'm not saying it's true, I'm just saying this is a thing that was said. Maybe I misquoted it, I don't know, you can go look it up for yourself. But apparently, according to his wife, he's not that great of a guy, which is kind of depressing, because I quite like Joss Whedon, and he made, like, one of my favorite movies, and, like, the movie that, like, got me into superhero movies. And
what movie is that? Is it the same movie you're talking about here? Okay.
Avengers?
Yeah.
No, it's Buffy the movie.
Well, you said the movie that my favorite movie, and
the
movie
that
was
the same. So yeah, Joss. I hope that's not true. And he's also speaking of Joss Whedon, epic
my
segue.
heart goes out to Josh.
He's directing Justice League that he's taken over. Lex Luthor has been entirely cut out of the movie.
Because of Josh?
First of all, it's Joss, 2 S's. Second of all, I
like Josh more.
Okay, fine, that's fair.
But cool like that. I can call him Josh.
So Eisenberg is totally out as Lex Luthor.
That must be terrible. He just finished shooting. He gets a call.
Yeah. By the way, we're editing you out of the movie. You know all that acting you did for nothing.
Yeah, screw you.
So what do you have to say? I mean, I don't think it was a good performance, but I was kind of entertained by it. Like, it was so bad that I thought it was very amusing.
I love bringing people together. And he is Mickey Mouse in my book.
Yeah. So really, it's not a loss. But again, like I was saying, I find it weird that, like, nowadays movies, especially they can just be, like, cut to shreds, and people who did some acting, you know, they get completely cut out, right?
Yeah.
So that's
hashtag what happened.
Justice League Dark, that movie that's, like, in development hell, basically. They did, like, I don't know, some producers looked at it and they were like, this is kind of garbage. So
Justice League Dark.
Yeah, it's like Zatanna and Constantine and Deadman and
Zatanna.
Whatever.
Is it a cartoon or live action?
Live action.
And it's not happening now?
Well, maybe, but, like, they're trying to get it off the ground. They've been trying for, like, 2 years, and, like, they keep switching directors, and so apparently it's not very good, the script, so yeah, that's...
So do like expect.
The Batman, this is some non-news, but, like, the Batman, the director was like, oh, this movie isn't going to be in the DC universe or whatever.
What?
And everyone was like, what are you son of a bitch. Like, what are you talking about? And then he clarified, like, I just meant that, like, this movie, it's set in the DC universe, but, like, it doesn't tie in. Like, there's, like, Superman isn't going to be in it. It's not going to have, like, any connections to Justice League or whatever happens there. It's just going to be about Ben Affleck's Batman.
I hope, as you said, like, do the Arkham Asylum thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But so that was just kind of a misconception. Also, Casey Affleck apparently said something like Ben Affleck doesn't like being Batman anymore or something. I don't know. Casey, what are you doing?
Casey, are you trying to
ruin your brother's career now that you got that Oscar?
Also, why does the next guy look like his last name is nails on a chalkboard? It's Skrein!
So Ed Skrein had a big week. Or Skrein, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Or Skrein.
Do you know who Ed Skrein is?
He's the guy who joined and left Hellboy, right?
Yes. You're not wrong. He's in Deadpool. He's the villain in Deadpool.
Oh, I don't know.
And he's in Game of Thrones Season 3.
That's what?
He's that guy who... I just saw the episode with him. Spoiler alert. Daenerys goes to this place where there are 3 guys.
Oh, yeah.
And he has, like, long hair and he cuts their heads off. Yeah. He got replaced in Season 4, though. Anyway, he joined the new Hellboy reboot as this character who, in the comics, is Asian. And so people were really...
So he became Asian. And people didn't like it, and now he's Asian forever.
And so people were really upset about that, because, like, it's, you know, it's that classic whitewashing thing that, like, everyone's, like, that people have been complaining about for a while. And then he actually left, and he was like, I didn't know he was Asian, now everyone gave him... I mean, you should do a little research, I would say, but, like... But I imagine that his agent was just like, hey, you want to be in Hellboy? And he was like, sure. And, like, that was the conversation. But then he got all this backlash, and he was like, I'm not going to do this. I'm sure there are people who didn't, but, like, everyone who I saw on Twitter was like, this guy's the man. Like, he's setting a good example. Good for him.
So people like him now?
Yeah. A lot of people, most people were commending him for this, including, like, the director of the movie and, like, David Harbour, who's going to play Hellboy. Everyone was like, good job, man. Good for you. Like, the producers on it were also like, what a good guy or whatever. And I'm like, you're the one who cast him.
You just lost him.
Yeah. And they're like, we'll try to be better in the future. We'll be more culturally sensitive or whatever. It's like, well, you're only saying this because you now got this, like, backlash. Like, they weren't going to do anything if he hadn't dropped out. So I say good for you, Ed Skrein. But, I mean...
It's great.
As far as, like, whitewashing in movies, because we've kind of touched on this before, but, like, I just want to put this out there. As far as, like, changing gender or race or whatever... The only factor that I care about is if the race or gender or whatever is important to the original, like, source material. So, like,
yeah,
if you changed Black Panther to a white guy,
okay, yeah,
that wouldn't work. But
what
like,
about the ancient one? Does that really matter?
That's a weird.
Does that really matter?
Because, like, they changed that also because, like, the comics are kind of racist. Like, the comics were kind of, like, weirdly racist about it, and there was, like, a kind of Asian stereotype, so they wanted to change that.
Okay.
Personally, I don't really know about that one, but, like, something like changing the Human Torch to Michael B. Jordan. Again, I haven't read every Fantastic Four comic, but I'm pretty sure there's not one where, like, being white is integral to Human Torch's, like, storyline. So, like...
He eats salad every night.
You know, so I'd say if it's important... I don't know this character from Hellboy, so I can't judge here, but, like, yeah, if it is important, if it's a part of the character, like, if the character has to be... a man, you know, it's weird to change it to women, but having not seen...
I thought you said he was Asian.
No, yeah, I'm talking just, like...
Oh, okay.
So, like, I haven't seen Ocean's 11, so I don't know if getting, like, an all-female reboot...
Ocean's Ocho.
Yeah, Ocean's Ocho, if that's weird. But, I just want to put that out there. Hopefully I kind of tiptoed around that enough so I don't get any controversy.
So Ed Skrein doesn't come, what the hell?
And finally, two Marvel pictures were released. One for Luke Cage Season 2 with Misty Knight. Cool? I showed you, and you said it looked awful.
Oh yeah, with her arm.
I think it looks cool.
I think it looks very prosthetic.
Well,
I know, but it looks very bad. How is she gonna shoot? She's holding her gun in that hand.
We'll see. I think it looks cool.
I feel like she's gonna, like, accidentally, like, hold down the trigger and just shoot her entire team.
You know, there's a difference between shooting and aiming, right?
No, but she's gonna go, whoa, and then
no one can see your
doing arm movements right here, like going around in a circle.
Anyway, I think it looks cool. And there was a picture of Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
She's the bad guy?
No, she was. Have you not seen Ant-Man? You've seen Ant-Man.
I have.
Yeah, she was in that, right?
Oh,
as his girlfriend, kind of.
Ah.
And so now they're gonna be in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that the suit looks. It looks like a standard Marvel suit. It's like kind of black with a little bit of yellow.
Yeah, it's like where she goes, it's about game time.
Yeah, but it's not that suit. It's a different suit.
Then why would you have that suit?
Yeah, I know.
I know, Buffy.
That'll
do, Picky.
So, what we're going to do this week, I was thinking we could rank the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. So we go through 1 to 16 on our well, we both have a list. I was thinking we could do it. We go down my list.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
and then I guess we'll just say, like, where your movie is on your list. I don't know.
See, this is the inequality that the UN.
This is the oppression that I suffer from. Yeah, and I thought we could add a little fun game to it. So
of course.
You will try to guess what the Rotten Tomato score of each movie is, and for everyone you get wrong, I get to slap you. Now, this doesn't really work well for an audio medium.
Yeah.
So.
But you hear the of my cheek.
Yeah, okay. Or we can take a video of it and then leave a link in the description to that video.
Or we could input it in here. Just playing it over.
No, let's just leave it audio.
Okay.
It's more just for
your own sadistic self-pleasure.
Why would you say that? Also, this is me from the future re-editing this. We forgot to mention that if Freddy gets within 5% of the Rotten Tomatoes score, then he gets it correct. It doesn't matter, to be perfectly honest. All right, enjoy the show. So, okay, let's go. Number 16 on my list. And, well, okay, let's just clarify. There are 2 movies that you haven't seen in the MCU.
I haven't seen Spider-Man,
Homecoming.
the new one. No, the other Spider-Man in the MCU.
And
The Incredible Hulk.
Oh my god,
Oh my god.
we're connected. Number 16 on my list is The Incredible Hulk. And, yeah, you haven't seen it, but basically, review of that, it
doesn't
thoroughly average.
The CGI doesn't look very good.
Look, that part of the movie is the best part because like it's the most entertaining, but the CGI isn't great. Like Hulk kind of looks fake-ish, and Abomination doesn't look great. But like, I saw it once a long time ago, and I just remember, like I remember watching it, and I was like, I'm watching this because I want to say I've seen every Marvel movie. Like I'm not watching this because it's incredibly entertaining. It's fine, but like a lot of it's just Bruce Banner kind of sitting around and talking about how he shouldn't get angry and how he loves Betty,
Who's Betty?
his wife, or no, his girlfriend.
Did she die?
No.
Then where is she?
Maybe. I don't know.
She better die, because otherwise he's cheating. With Scarlet.
Yeah. And the finale, the like big punch out at the end, it's the best part of the movie because it's just like finally it's something entertaining. But like the Hulk's out like twice, and those parts are pretty okay. But most of the movie
sound very exciting.
Most of the movie's just kind of meh. Bruce Banner, what's his name? Edward Norton is Bruce Banner. Not bad.
No, he's too skinny in real life.
Well, I think that's kind of interesting how like he's like a very kind of small guy in real life, and then he turns into the Hulk. You know, it's kind of
But Ruffalo just
interesting.
fits better.
Yeah, I think Ruffalo's better. Initially, I kind of didn't like Ruffalo, but he grew on me like in the first Avengers, so it didn't take long.
Did he grow on you? Wait, I need to guess.
What do you think I'm doing?
Oh, okay.
Okay, what do you think the Rotten Tomatoes for Incredible Hulk is?
And you said it's thoroughly average.
Yeah. Well, this is my opinion. Some of these aren't going to line up, but yes.
I'm gonna give it a 52%.
Well, ow. That is. Let's not do this. This is gonna sound really weird on video.
No, we're gonna do it.
It has a 67.
Okay, so I'm not too far off.
Well, okay.
Well, 15 off.
Also,
by the way, if I get it within those, I get to smack you. Didn't think of this one, did you?
Let's find it. You know what? At the end, we'll think of a different punishment. Because the slapping, I've realized, is kind of anticlimactic on this kind of audio format. We'll find something else.
Okay.
Okay, 15 on my list. And on your list, it is number 14. Or the lowest ranked on your list, technically.
Because I haven't seen the other ones.
Iron Man 2.
Yes.
I quite like Iron Man 2, actually. Like, it's not great.
Hence the number 15.
Like, it's not...
You know, it's one of my favorite movies.
It's very entertaining. I really enjoy it. And the action in it, I think, is fantastic. Like, not highway, what's it? The racetrack fight with the suitcase
Whiplash?
armor? That's awesome. That's
His name's Whiplash, right?
Yes. And the ending, the fight with all the drones, that's great. But
what?
There's just...
I thought that was in the third one.
No.
Wait. Don't they... Oh, no, that's all the suits that come in the third one.
Yeah. So, that's all pretty good. All the cast is great as well, but just some of it isn't great. Like, the villain, his plot is kind of, like, doesn't line up. You know who I do love in it, actually?
Justin Hammer.
He's awesome.
I love him in everything.
Yeah,
Mr. Right.
he's so good. And so, that's
Mr.
great.
Right back.
Yeah, so that's... those are the good parts. The bad parts, it is kind of a setup for the Avengers in a way, which can get kind of like, you should tell your own movie, and then, and then get to the setups if it flows naturally, but I don't know. It's a thoroughly good time. Like, I would recommend watching it. I think it's the worst of the Iron Man movies, but it's not bad at all. Robert Downey Jr. is still great. John Favreau's great, from Chef fame. But, yeah, it's nothing special, It's just you watch it, and then you're like, oh, that was fun, and then you kind of forget about it. Which a few of these, towards the bottom, actually kind of are, but I think overall...
Ant-Man.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Overall, pretty good. Now, what's the score?
Iron Man 2, okay. 43.
72.
What? 72?
It's not that good. So, yeah. You're 0 for 2.
Okay, we'll keep score.
Number 14 on my list, and number 12 on your list, Thor 2, The Dark World. Okay, I'll say we both put Thor and Thor 2 right next to each other, and also in the same place, like right at the bottom. And I have a little arrow. I have a piece of paper, by the way. You can probably hear the the crumpling.
ASMR.
I have them right next to each other and have a little arrow pointing that they're very interchangeable. I saw Thor a long time ago. Don't really remember it, and that's my main problem Thor. Is that it's kind of not memorable. I like Loki in it. I like Chris Hemsworth, but like the kind of he goes to Earth humor. It's pretty good, and then it kind of wears out its welcome a little bit.
Thor: The Dark Worlds. That's the one with like the elf, right?
Yeah, the Dark Elves. That one, again, it's fine. You know, it's quite good. It's a very standard superhero movie. You know, like it's not like a Deadpool or Logan or something where like there's something you remember like that specifically from that. It's just like there's a big buff hero. He fights a evil villain who wants to destroy the universe. Someone probably dies along the way. And there's some there's some action, you know, there's a love interest. It's very standard. It's still fun. Also I think like these three, Iron Man 2, Thor and Thor 2, I think they could kind of change places for me. But it's just it's fine. The action's fine. It's directed by Alan Taylor, who did a lot of Game of Thrones episodes. Oh. But he also did Terminator Genesis.
Is it Alan Tyler?
No, it's Alan Taylor. Oh. Shame on you.
Is there a Y in there?
Yes, in Taylor.
Okay. Yes.
But
in Alan.
But
the Y is silent.
It's it's a good way to kill 2 hours. You know, it's funny, it's lighthearted. Some of the humor doesn't really work in Thor 2 with what's her name? Two Broke Girls girl.
Like the friend of
the
Blunt? No, it's not Blunt. It's
Blunt.
The same person, basically.
Natalie Portman's friend.
Yeah.
And then her friend,
which is the guy who she has sex with.
I don't remember.
She has sex with him.
Okay, fine. There's a graphic sex scene for like 20 minutes.
That's why it's PG. What is it?
It's PG-13. PG-18.
PG-26.
So yeah, what do you think Thor and Thor 2 are? Firstly, Thor.
Thor? That's going to be a 71.
77.
Oh, come on.
So you're just off. Thor 2.
69.
66.
Holy damn! The score's 3-1. FTK Gaming is bringing it back.
Yeah, Thor 2 is actually the worst reviewed MCU movie. I
Thank
probably
you
shouldn't
for
have told you that. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That heightens my chances very much so.
It does, actually. I hate myself. Yeah, look. Pretty good. Not amazing. Number 12 on my list. And number... Where are you? Number 8 on your list. Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. Look, I want to say, first of all, when I came out of this movie, I kind of did what most people...
A backflip? No. What most people do, a backflip off the balcony.
You know...
You just gave me the finger. You're like, you know.
I was stroking my chin. You know when The Phantom Menace came out, right? In like 1999. A great time in our lives.
What's The Phantom Menace again?
Star Wars Episode 1.
Oh.
You're such a... Anyway.
Why is he called The Phantom Menace? That's so dumb.
But a lot of people like saw that, right? And they were like... Initially, you can watch videos, everyone coming out was like, it was the best movie ever, I loved it so much. And then over time, people kind of realized, oh, that was kind of bad. And like, they just like loved it unconditionally because it was Star Wars, and they just wanted to love it so much, you know? And so, me seeing Avengers 2, it was like, Avengers is one of my... At the time, it was my favorite movie, and it's now still one of my favorite movies.
What's your favorite movie?
I don't know. Don't make me choose right here. I'm tired.
It's Avengers, La La Land, Baby Driver. Actually, no, it's not Baby Driver.
There are a bunch of movies up there. Okay. Anyway,
shut up.
Yeah, so I went into it just wanting to love it so much, you know? And then I came out of it and I was like, oh, I didn't really love that. But so I watched my review actually recently. I was like, I gave that a 9 out of 10. Like, what?
You watched your review?
Well, yeah, because I wanted to prepare for this.
Oh, I thought you like just sitting there. Oh, yeah. You know what I want to watch today?
Avengers Age of Ultron. No, because I'm preparing for this, so I was like, what did I give that, actually? Gave it a 9 out of 10, which I find ridiculous, because now I give it, like, maybe a 7.9. Like,
that's Black Mass level.
Right?
But I'll never forget that.
It's like, yeah, so I came out, and I don't know, I felt weird, because I was like, I wanted to love that so bad. I was so sure I was gonna love that, and it was just, I just didn't, you know? Like, it's got a lot of...
You know? It's hard.
My life sucks. It's got a lot of great stuff in it. The action for the most part, the Hulkbuster fight is awesome.
Yeah.
That's one of the best like action scenes in any superhero movie. The opening fight
is weird.
Was the one that was the moment. I mean, it was the opening, so I guess it was the very beginning. But like that was the moment where I was kind of like, oh, this seems different. Because in the first Avengers, you know that epic like final battle
where they like kind of do a group shot, where it's like,
well, yeah, we're like,
dun, dun.
No, I mean I don't mean the spinning shot, but like you know how like just like the whole third act where they're battling in New York, right? Nothing ever there looks fake, and I've watched that fight multiple times since I saw the movie first time. It still doesn't look fake. It still all looks real. The opening to Age of Ultron, and I think it's gonna age horribly, is I don't know.
Age of Ultron. I see what you did.
I swear I didn't try to do that.
No, he did. Ladies and gentlemen, he did. Trust me.
You can see in this paper I wrote it down. Now, it's good. Like, it looks weirdly CGI. Like, especially Thor. He looks like he's made of rubber in that opening scene. Like, you should rewatch it. It's like it's in that uncanny valley where it's like, it's not terrible. Like, it's not like garbage. It's pretty good. But like, it's not. He doesn't look like a normal human. You know, like there's something off.
Is it his face or his costume?
I think it's like just how he moves. You know, and it's very strange. And then like some of the CGI towards the end, also in that final battle, also sometimes looks like that. But and the final battle also, it's so. I don't know. It was so lackluster to me because it's like, I've seen. Like I wanted to get that same feeling. I guess it's my fault for having too high expectations. But I wanted to get that same feeling I had watching the first Avengers, which was like. Also, I was 10 when I saw the first Avengers, but I was like completely mind blown at the end. And then the final battle in Age of Ultron is just like, oh yeah, they're fighting like I've seen all this again, and it's like it's kind of less good, you know? Like it feels, I don't know, it felt different.
Wait, also, was Ultron's plan to wipe out the entire human race?
Yeah, and then start over.
Yeah, but I've watched some YouTube videos. Technically, that wouldn't be possible. With that.
Let me just adjust my glasses.
Yeah. Like, it would not be physically possible. It would, like, maybe wipe out a country, but not the entire world. You're welcome.
You showed those producers.
Yeah, come at me, fight me.
But like in the rest of the movie, it's kind of got too much going on, you know, like. Yeah, so it kind of amounts to very little in the end. It's a little bit like Iron Man 2, and they're trying to set like Thor goes to that pool at one point, and he like envisions. Heimdall, he's like, Ragnarok's coming, get ready. You know, that part? Yeah. Like, it doesn't fit in the movie at all. That's actually part of the reasons why Joss Whedon, like, quit Marvel after that, because he was like, I hated doing that, because
Wait, what?
Like, Joss Whedon, he just wanted to make an Avengers movie, and then apparently the studio was like, hey, put in this Thor setup. And he was like, I don't want to do it. And they're like, you have to. He was like, fine, but then I'm not doing the third one. So, that Thor pool scene is one of the reasons.
Alright, who's doing, it's the Russo brothers who are doing it,
Which
right?
is, I think that's a good idea. But, yeah, it's just, I hope Infinity War doesn't fall to this, where it's got too many characters doing too many things, and it all just amounts to, like, nothing. And Ultron, I think, is, like, that's another thing that caught me off guard completely when I went into that movie, is that the trailers make it look like Ultron's, like, some kind of Terminator-type villain, where it's like, I will murder the whole human race, everything sucks. And then, in the movie itself, he's, like,
it's kind of
delightful James Spader, like, bantering back and forth. Like, he's not threatening. I was never threatened by Ultron.
Like, you kind of enjoyed him.
like you haven't seen it, and I know you for some reason have a bias, but Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh,
right?
Like that.
In that movie, Vulture, he like sometimes he does actually feel like kind of like the first time, maybe not the first time, but one of the times, like he picks up Peter Parker and he just like flies into the sky and then just drops him down, like just to die. Actually, kind of like intimidating. You know, like it's still like it's not a kids movie, but you know, it's like it's still not meant to be like something super like a Game of Thrones Ramsay Bolton or something. But like Ultron, never scared of him. I was like, oh, you can do jokes. You know, I like James Spader, but it doesn't fit at all.
What is James Spader?
James Spader. He's in
I
the
said
Black.
Spader.
Okay, the Blacklist.
Don't you try to.
He comes into the office, but I'm not up to that point yet. Oh, I almost knocked my computer over. Yeah. So those are my problems with that. I mean, do you have any thoughts on it? No, I have no thoughts.
Just that whole that city thing. That's just.
I feel like there's more I had to say about this. I love that we call this the Poorly Planned Podcast. One, because we needed a name, but two, also, so it's like actually, an excuse.
Yeah.
So when we I didn't take notes on this. Sorry.
When we screw up, we actually have an excuse.
Yeah. So that's the gimmick. But look, enjoyable. I'd say, and it's much more memorable than like Thor 2, but I don't know. I kind of nothing it now. You know, like when I came out, I felt so conflicted. Now I'm just like, it's nothing. Like it's fine.
I feel like you're trotting back and forth. Was it good?
Yeah, like right. Like I mean, there's a fantastic like one of the only scenes where I was like, that is easily like as good or maybe even slightly better than some of the stuff in the first Avengers is when they're trying to lift Thor's hammer. Like, remember that scene?
Oh, like yeah.
At the party?
Where
I was
is
like, that's great, you know. And the actors, like, they have so much chemistry that like those scenes are the best scenes where they're just interacting.
Mhm.
And then when it goes like this insane action, it's like, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's kind of just meh, you know. Before we move on, what do you think Avengers 2 has on Rotten Tomatoes?
79.
75.
Aha!
I shouldn't have told you that
3-2.
66 is the lowest they go.
3-2.
Okay, number 11 on my list, and number 10 on yours. Ant-Man. Look, it's very enjoyable. Like it's.
I barely remember it.
That's the thing though, and like.
It's like Paul Rudd. Like I love Paul Rudd.
What? I love Paul. Paul
I know,
Rudd's the best part of
but
that
he
movie.
like, okay, if you didn't know about Paul Rudd's charm, if you just looked at him, like purely physical, not knowing his
He's a very
beliefs.
handsome man. I don't know
I
where
don't
you're
know.
going with this.
But he's a boring-looking man, isn't he?
What? No,
He's very vanilla. Quote me.
you're extremely vanilla.
So why don't you like Paul Rudd? He's too vanilla.
I love Paul Rudd, man.
I like him as well, but he is very vanilla.
Okay, fine. Is that your main takeaway from Ant-Man? Paul Rudd, he's kind of vanilla. Look, I think the two best things about the movie are because you know Edgar Wright was gonna do Ant-Man, right?
What? I didn't know that.
Okay, so there was let's get into this. Before the MCU was established with Iron Man, they were like signing on directors to do movies, and one of the first movies that was gonna come out was Ant-Man. So it was gonna come out like around the time of like Iron Man and Thor, right?
Yeah.
And they got Edgar Wright to do it back in like 2006, and he worked on it for like 9 years.
What?
And then he dropped off in like 2014
Well,
because the studio was like put in a bunch of stuff, and like he wanted to, because like you've seen Baby Driver, but like you get this more if you've seen like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim, World's End, his other stuff, because you can definitely tell when it's like an Edgar Wright movie, like it has his style all over it, and like it's very clear that he has creative control over like pretty much everything. And so Marvel wanted him to do. I have a feeling that the Falcon scene was like one of the main things that made him drop off, but Marvel wants him to do a bunch of stuff, and he wanted to do his vision, so he dropped off. And then they got Peyton Reed, and there's
Peyton Reed.
yeah, he did Yes Man.
Yeah, I know that. I know that one.
But and you can still see some Edgar Wright-ish stuff in there. Like, you know the parts, I barely remember this was in it, but I was watching some clips and I realized that this was still in it. The parts where it's like, you know, Michael Pena, who's pretty great actually. He's
Michael Pena?
he's his friend. Remember?
From Ant-Man?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Who's Michael Pena?
He's you know him.
I probably know him, but
According
oh,
Now
I know
shut
him.
Pena is an American actor and
Yeah, so Michael Pena is in it. He's one of the best parts, but you know how when Michael Pena's telling like a story, and then it'll go back to like other people, like, you don't remember this?
I barely remember anything from this movie.
Okay, I'm gonna show you the clip because I think you'll remember this because this is like probably the best part of the movie. Okay, so I just showed you the clip. You remember that part?
I remember that part. That's a good part. I like
Yeah.
like how they kind of would you say lip sync?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and so that's like totally Edgar Wright. Like that's definitely something Edgar Wright would do. So like you can see the stuff, like little things, like also the part at the end. Remember, Michael Douglas is carrying around the entire time like a little tank on his keychain, and then at the end he makes it big.
Oh yeah.
That seems very much like an Edgar Wright thing. But like the rest,
You think they left some stuff in?
yeah, definitely. But like
Oh.
the rest of it is just kind of like, it's okay. Like the story is just like kind of average. You know, Paul Rudd's great, and in the clip we just watched there, I remember like there are some very funny moments in it. Like there are some moments that genuinely did make me laugh, but a lot of it's just, especially with Michael Douglas, it's just like you know, it's just fine. The Michael Douglas Evangeline Lilly storyline, like his daughter,
Yeah, it's a bit.
it's just kind of like it's a little forgettable. And like the action generally, it's okay. You know, like
It's not bad.
yeah, like the fight with Falcon is very fun, and the ending is very fun. Also, when
I don't
they're-
really like the villain.
Yeah, the villain's also just thoroughly average, but like,
Very Marvel.
yeah, and the ending where they're fighting in the suitcase and he's like, he says something, the villain like yells some like threatening quote, and then an iPhone starts playing a song based on that. That's also totally Edgar Wright, and I love that. But like, the rest of it is just kind of, it's fine, it's fun, but like I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix or I have it on iTunes or something. I have it available basically, and I always think like, oh, I should watch Ant-Man. And they're like, nah.
You know
Like,
what? No.
I could watch the best clips on YouTube, you know? So,
Yeah.
that's that. What do you think Ant-Man is?
Ant-Man is a 74.
81.
I was actually gonna go with 81, but I was like, no, it's not that high.
It's not that good.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
so
So
you're-
5,
You're losing horribly.
5, no 4, 4, 2.
Sure. Okay, number 10 on my list. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
What's it on mine?
Yours, it is number 9, which is right after Ant-Man as well, so... Yeah.
So we kind of like intertwined it there.
Well, it's really weird because you haven't seen 2, so it really throws off the whole system. So, yeah, just remember his is out of 14, mine is out of 16. Guardians 2. I've talked about this a lot, and I'm going to talk about it a lot in a video coming up, so I'm kind of burnt out on Guardians 2. I watched it again recently on a plane. It's very fun.
I watched the Yondu scenes a lot.
Dude, I completely forgot about that arrow scene with them a little bit
so
closer.
cool.
One of the best superhero movie scenes of the year, definitely. Like,
Well, I showed it to you. Remember that? In class yesterday? I was like, watch this Yondu parody.
Wait, no, I'm not talking about the parody.
But
That was one of the best scenes in any movie
was-
I've ever seen.
That's just the best scene I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the
from
best
How It Should Have
scene
Ended.
I've ever seen.
No, very good. Good job.
Not very
You
funny.
get a gold star.
Oh my god, I read with pride.
But the actual scene, the parody is also very good. But
Okay.
the actual
Thank
scene
you for saying
is awesome. Like it's incredible.
Mhm.
And the movie has a ton of creative like ideas and a lot of funny moments and cool action. I kind of admire it more than I like it. Like I like it a lot, but like I really admire what James Gunn, the director, was trying to do. Like cuz there's so much in this, and like it goes so weird at the end. And again, I just say I feel like people haven't said this enough, or maybe I just haven't heard it enough, but the visual effects are like
They're very
flawless, like, which is kind of crazy to me, because like even in movies like we just said, Age of Ultron or like Apocalypse or something, X-Men Apocalypse, while most of the effects are great, there's sometimes where like, oh, that looks fake, like that looks really fake. And in Guardians 2, it shows like the weirdest, craziest, like when they go to Ego, like the Ego's planet. It's so insane, but it never looks like they're standing on a green screen or something. So I really commend that. And
Does James Pistol do that a lot? I was sitting there.
no, I can so tell that you've been sitting there thinking of that dumb joke.
2 minutes I had to keep that in, waiting for the right moment, and I picked a terrible moment.
I was about to say, his name isn't James Pitt, and then I was like, oh no.
Oh, that's how
He's
it is.
memed me.
He got him.
Yeah, and look, it has a lot of funny moments.
But does he do that?
What, visual effects?
Yeah, like, is he good at?
Well, his other movies are like kind of, besides Guardians, they're kind of like lower budget. Like,
Okay.
you heard of Super? You know?
That sounds like a good movie. You ever heard of Water?
No, like
You
Super.
ever heard of Cheese?
Super with Rainn Wilson is like he's like kind of a crazy person who dressed up as a superhero. It's like super violent. Super.
I see what you did.
Fuck!
I
Damn it.
see what you're doing here.
But you know what?
it's aged. Age of Ultron. It's super.
He also did Slither, that horror movie with like those little.
Slither.io. You know what that is? It's so
Yes, I know. No, you know the like little like. They're like little sluggish creatures that crawl around. Like, it looks pretty creepy, but
as slugs tend to do.
yeah. But Guardians 2. We got off track there. Very enjoyable, and I think it gets better as it goes along. And the third act, it goes so crazy that I was like, this could be kind of bad, but
But it was
like,
good.
Like, yeah, it never really goes like I understand how everything's going, and I think Kurt Russell gives a great performance as Ego the Living Planet. All the cast is great. The new additions are great.
Yondu's my favorite. And
Yondu's
Rocket.
pretty great. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, most of it is really, really funny, but then when it tries to be serious, it works most of the time. Like, it's never like, I never laughed because it was like, oh, it's trying to be serious and it's so dumb. But like, I think they do it too much. They try to like flesh out every character, and they do it mostly just by like monologues. You know, that like
Mhm.
sometimes they do actually like do it in a creative way that like is kind of emotional, but like there's a lot of like slowly panning in on a character's face as they're like, I was a boy once and I delivered kids for ego. That's my Yondu
Why are
impression.
you Channing Tatum in anything he's ever
Missing
been
a
in?
brain. But
I delivered the kids to ego.
But yeah, you know, and it's just like when that happened for like the 5th time, I was like, come on, like you don't have to. And yeah, I don't know. The emotional moments, they weren't bad, but they just not. I felt like it was too many, you know.
Okay.
Overall, quite enjoyable though. It's definitely not as good as the first for me though. What do you think? What do you think the score on that one is?
82.
81.
That's very close.
Yeah, a lot of people actually really don't like it, which I can understand, but I quite enjoy it. Number 9 on my list. Let's go through these relatively more quickly. Captain America: The First Avenger, which is number. Oh, it's number 11 on your list. Wow.
Wow, what an idiot.
Captain America: First Avenger. I saw it. It's one of the first superhero movies I ever saw. So I have like a soft spot. I have
A soft spot?
a soft spot for it. I think it's a lot of fun. It does. The action does get a little too like montagey at one point, and like the visual effects don't look great at points in that
Okay.
montage.
I
Like when
barely
he jumps
remember
out of a tank and like it explodes, it looks very weird. But I really enjoy it. I think Chris Evans is great. The visual effects also on making Chris Evans a tiny little shrimp man, awesome. Like those
I like that. Yeah.
look totally perfect. Like that doesn't look ever look super jarring, which I would expect it to. Yeah, it's a very fun movie, and Tommy Lee Jones is great in it, but it's not very well paced, I would say. It's very like slow, not very slow, but like, you know, it's relatively slow in the start, which I like, and then it kind of rushes through all the action. And
Yeah.
I really like the action, but I think it could have been a little more evenly spread out. Like it goes from this very kind of like not grounded, but like somewhat grounded movie to like Nazis with lasers and and like
And Two-Face.
yeah,
Not Two-Face.
Two-Face. Red Face.
Wait, what's his
Red
name?
Skull.
Red Skull.
I love Hugo Weaving as Red Skull, by the way. But
I love Hugo Weaving just in general.
right. But yeah. Overall, I quite enjoy it. Well, it's a number 11 on your list. Why is that?
I just barely remember it. I think it was one of the first ones I watched, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I really enjoy it. What do you think it is?
It is 84.
79.
Well, God. Oh, I'm right. Ah.
Number 8 on my list. Number 6 on your list. Iron Man 3. This is done by Shane Black, who did
Not Shane White.
I swear to you, I was about to say, if you say Shane White, like it was on the tip of my tongue. I hate you. Shane Black, who did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and The Nice Guys.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, and The Nice Guys, which are both two of like one of my.
Two of one of my favorite movies.
Listen, we
You
record
choose
this.
which one.
We record this on a Thursday after school, so it's been kind of a long day. So I've like my brain is kind of weird. Anyway, two of my favorite movies, and I think Iron Man 3. I think it's kind of underrated isn't the right word, because like when you say underrated, people think like, oh, not a lot of people know about it, but like everyone knows about Iron Man 3. I feel like it's better than most people say. Like I enjoy it more than most people do, I guess, because a lot of people are like, oh, the Mandarin's not the Mandarin, that's the worst.
That's fine.
As someone who's not like a fan of the Mandarin comics, the Iron Man comics with the Mandarin in them, I don't really mind. Like I'm sure maybe that's kind of
I like
bad for someone.
I like when the guy who plays the Mandarin, right?
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, sure. When he like goes
Not
out-
Ben Queensley.
No, I'm Ben Prinsley.
when he like
Beat
goes,
you to it this time.
God damn. When he so dumb. When he goes out of the Mandarin character and like is Patrick
he's-
Slattery. That's his name.
I don't remember his name. It's something Slattery. He's Ben
Oh,
Kingsley's
Trevor,
great.
Trevor.
Yeah, because he plays like super intimidating, and then he can like switch to like idiot drunk British actor like on a
Yeah.
dime, you know, which is awesome. And I just think if you remove the comics from it, you don't look at the comics at all. It's a clever
fine-
twist.
yeah, it's a
like
fine twist.
It makes sense, you know, and it makes it more interesting. I don't think Guy Pearce's Aldrich Killian is a great villain though. Like he's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But
I am the Mandarin.
that's a great. I don't like. I don't know. It's an Iron Man movie, and I don't know. I kind of don't like how Gwyneth Paltrow saves the day at the end.
Yeah.
But
So does she still have her powers now?
no, they removed them at the end.
Oh yeah, true. They're like,
But-
we went through surgery.
Yeah, but I really enjoy the finale, also the action. I really like all the action, and I love the Weekly Planet say that a lot, but it works very well as like a buddy cop movie with like Tony Stark and Rhodey, which it does. Like all their scenes together are great. They have like they really play off each other really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what's. Also, I love the music inexplicably, which is like most of the Marvel music is like kind of okay, you know. But like this in the Avengers, I could hum it to you. I won't, but I could.
Please do. Please do.
It's incredibly. I feel like we've said this about all these. It's incredibly enjoyable. Yeah, it's a very very fun time, and it's a lot more memorable than some of the other stuff.
Agreed.
Number 7 on my list, Doctor Strange, which is number 3 on your list, actually.
I like
so
Doctor
You liked it a lot. I enjoy how it went into a different direction for Marvel. Like, it took it in... It was more creative. And I love the third act... Sorry, I'll let you talk in a second.
No. I see... No.
The
I'm co-host for a reason. Bastard.
The third act is amazing. I think that's one of the best Marvel third acts ever. I just think
Agreed.
the rest of the movie is kind of weirdly paced. Like, it spends a lot of time in the beginning where he's just an asshole, and then it goes, like, very quickly through his training, and I don't know how much time
I like
spent.
that.
I like the training, but I was like, I wish that they'd made it clear.
You
Like,
see it by his beard.
right, of course. But like, I'm like, I also don't know like what he knows. Like, does he know how to do this spell? Because like sometimes he'll just go from like not knowing to knowing how to do it in a second. So I think the first 2 acts are like pretty good. Have some great moments, but kind of weak. And I think the third act is amazing. That's all I have to say. So we can move on quickly. What do you have to say?
This is just about one specific part. You know where he like goes into the mirror dimension? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Where his hand suddenly grows fingers and and his fingers grow
That's not
hands.
the mirror dimension, but yeah. Sure.
But that freaked me out. I gotta say.
It was like I was on drugs
For the first time. And also, a question: can anybody become like Doctor Strange technically?
Yeah, I guess. Like that's
Like that's kind of weird, isn't it?
That's something.
Anyone can become the Iron Fist.
No, I was about to say there was another example recently and I couldn't think of it, but yeah, that was it. Where I was like, if I just like really focused my chi, you know, like Luke Cage could be Iron Fist, you know, which is pretty good. But I guess you have to be selected for a special process. But like you can get like those kind of crazy kung fu powers if you just really work for it.
Yeah.
And same with Doctor Strange, so that's pretty good. I mean, good for
I
them.
mean, so I'm off to Kanlung.
But yeah, I just that end fight where like New York folding in itself, and then the Dormammu ending, which I think is
That's really
very very creative and like different from everything else we've seen in Marvel. Great, love that. What do you think it is?
I'm gonna give it an 86.
89.
Oh, and he's on point.
Next one, Civil War. We can touch on this very briefly because I've talked about this a ton. Pretty much everyone.
And
already
we just
knows.
talked about the other Captain America. I know they're different movies. Hear me out.
I mean, they're incredibly different, but
Yeah.
very good.
I like Bucky.
Okay, good to know. When I first saw it, Zemo was kind of like that whole Zemo storyline. Kind of like I was like, it's not as good, but it's gotten better as it goes along. And rewatching some of those action scenes, some of the best action in any Marvel. Like
That were like
the
just
airport scene
street
is
fight.
amazing. The opening with where they're all like taking out Crossbones. The chase with Bucky and Black Panther. This is just me listing things at this point. But like all the action is really well filmed and choreographed and stuff. People complain that it's like a little too shaky, but I enjoy it. And I think also, like Doctor Strange, the climax is a lot more interesting and like different than other. Like it's not just Thor punching the space elf around for a while. Like it's actually it's a lot more personal and it feels like there are more stakes. And
I forget what happens to Zemo in the end.
he tries to kill himself and then Black Panther stops him. Okay, spoiler alert for Captain America: Civil War. Sorry if we just ruined that.
Murder.
Yeah. So overall, I mean, everyone knows it's great. It's number 5 on the list, or number 7. I don't know.
Okay, it has an 88 on Rotten Tomatoes.
90.
I'm still close.
Number 5 on my list and number nothing on your list is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Number nothing. See, I imagine it's gonna be very much like Ant-Man.
See, that's the thing. I thought it was going to be like Ant-Man when I went. I was like, oh.
And I was right.
I was like, oh, it's just another like, kind of like, yeah, it's fun. And then I just nothing it as I leave. But like, this surprised me so much. It's probably my favorite since Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it's so much fun, you know? It's just, and it's incredibly funny. Like I wasn't expecting it to be as much of a comedy as it is, but it is. And Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man by far. Do you agree with that?
Well, I've warmed up to him now. Like in the beginning, I did not like him.
Right.
Now he's good.
Okay.
I still like.
Keep in mind you haven't seen
no,
Spider-Man
but like
Homecoming.
no, like in Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Civil Homecoming.
Civil Panther.
So.
Also, I'm changing number 2 and 1 on my list. Just a little forewarning.
Okay. Cool.
So don't get too stressed out.
Okay. I was gonna lose it. What do you think it is?
90.
92.
Oh, I'm so good, honestly.
Number 4 on my list. Number 4 on your list.
Oh,
What?
bro.
Captain America: Winter Soldier. Just one of my favorite movies ever. Maybe. I mean, it's just the action in this. I would say is better than in Civil War, and I think it's much better. I think it's the best paced Marvel movie ever. Like
I have a confession to make. When I said the street fight, I thought we were talking about Winter Soldier before. So now, when I say the street fight, I actually mean the street fight.
Yeah, it's like one of the top 3, I'd say, best like MCU action scenes.
Yeah, with the knife flipping and slashing. It's really cool.
And also, like I was saying, it's like perfectly paced because like it's like scene of dialogue and exposition, then action, exposition, action. Like it never gets boring. It's like constantly entertaining throughout. It's great.
And like, you kind of have a feel that you'll find out who the Winter Soldier is, don't you?
Yeah. Well, most people already knew. Like from.
Yeah, but.
Sorry.
But I did.
Sorry, you weren't in on it. And I also really like where they took the character of Captain America from like that World War II setting to modern day, where it could have been very like a lot like Thor, where he's like from Asgard and then he comes to Earth and he's like, oh, fish out of water.
A bit of a dumb douchebag, isn't he?
Yeah, and so
But
like it
then-
could have been Captain America as like from the 1940s and he's like, what's this technology you have?
Whoa, that's a smartphone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
but
he's
he's
just like kind
more-
of casual about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
You know,
I
which is
like
great.
that.
And the combat, he gets updated, so his action is awesome. So that's
and also
great.
like when him and Falcon are like, where Falcon's like, oh, you should check out that movie, or
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll add it to the list. That's great. So what do you think Winter Soldier is?
Winter Soldier. I think it is 91.
Wait, let me get the paper. It is 89.
God damn it.
Well, so you kind of get off the hook here.
Yes.
Look, to be perfectly honest, we're probably not going to think of a punishment by the end of this.
Yeah.
So leave a punishment in the comics.
Yeah. Leave a punishment in the comments, and we'll do it next time.
Hell yeah. Okay, next movie. Number 5 on my list, I believe. Wait, what is it?
The ASMR ruffling of paper. Oh, the chin.
Number 3 on my list, Iron Man, which is number 5 on your list.
Yes.
It's actually the first movie in the MCU, which
Which kind of like sets the groundwork for the whole thing.
it's funny. That's like one of the best, and then the second movie in the MCU is the
The
worst,
worst.
in my opinion. Yeah, I mean,
Just amazing.
yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is everyone is perfectly cast in it, but especially Robert Downey Jr. And considering that they were like willing to take that risk because he was not really like a box office remotely like a box office guarantee,
Mhm.
and he had the past with drugs and all that.
Yeah.
So I think that's amazing. that
And the
Jon
villain's
Favreau
also
insisted.
decent, I think.
Oh yeah, Jeff Bridges. Yeah, he's quite good. He's one of the better. Like I think he's still one of those kind of generic Marvel
Yeah,
villains,
but
he's
he's
like at the top of those. You know, he's the best of the worst. Like he's one of the
Here's
best.
your prize.
Yeah, like I think the character's a little weak because like he kind of does go crazy at the end for no reason. Like I
Yeah,
understand
that's
he's
true.
evil, but like then
But
he just goes. He's like, I'll destroy the whole city with this. Like, you know, like
All he wanted was a suit.
exactly. Like he can't sell it to anyone if he kills Tony Stark with it. So, but I think the performance is great. Jeff Bridges is awesome in that. The scene where he like loses it on an intern and he's like,
Oh yeah. Tony Stark could build this in a cave.
that's great. That's one of the great Jeff Bridges, by the way.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
So
I've changed mine from 2 to 1.
no, what's the score?
Oh, that's an 88.
It's a 94.
God damn.
I think it's the highest rated MCU movie ever.
Oh.
I know.
Thank you, Lord.
I hate. How did I not?
You've narrowed it down to. Let me see here.
66 to 94.
Like 32%. It's
Yeah.
within the 32%.
So yeah, Iron Man obviously great. Number 2 on my list and number 1 on your list, I guess, if you're changing them.
I'm changing them.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Probably
I love it.
the funniest Marvel movie ever.
Funniest and best. You forgot. Yeah. It's best.
I mean, that movie just surprised me so much because like I really.
What were you expecting when you like?
I don't know.
went
I was
into
just I didn't know what to expect because like I heard such great like so many great reviews. I was like, oh, maybe this is good because I remember the initial teaser, the one with like Hooked on a Feeling. Everyone loves that. That first teaser, I was like, this looks bad. Like this looks really.
This looks horrible.
Like there's that scene where Star-Lord is confronted by the Who guy, remember him? Right?
Oh, I know.
And it's it's great in the movie. Like it's very funny in the movie. In that trailer, I guess they use a different take or something, or it's cut differently for time. But I was like, this is not funny. Like this is I do not like this at all. And like I thought, I don't know. Like yeah, it was weird.
It was weird. It was wacky. It was awesome.
2 thumbs up. But then when I saw the movie, I was like, oh, this is fantastic, you know, and it's incredibly funny. The jokes still make me laugh to this day. It's to this day being like 3 years after the movie came out. It's perfectly cast.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper's
Starlight.
Rocket is awesome.
I still don't.
It doesn't sound like Bradley Cooper at all. Yeah, it's crazy. Visual effects wise, it's pretty like Guardians 2. It's pretty perfect. Like Rocket never. It's crazy that they can make like
it's crazy.
they can make like 2 of the characters completely computer animated, and they never look like fake, or it never takes you out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Vin Diesel's
How much
obviously
money
greatest
does
Groot.
that?
I think it's like 200 million in total, not for just the raccoon, but
Okay.
yeah.
Just for Rocket's one hair.
And also I want to say, unlike Guardians 2, where I thought, spoiler alert for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, at the end when can you stop cracking your knuckles, please?
I'm sorry.
Good boy. At the end when Yondu dies, right?
Oh, and 2, yeah.
Yeah. It didn't make me cry. Like I was like, oh, that's sad. That's sad.
It's one of the saddest deaths ever in the MCU.
I just say of all time, you know. In Guardians 1, even though he doesn't die, the moment with Groot where he says, "We are Groot," remember that?
Yeah.
Like that actually made me kind of tear up, you know.
God.
I am a crybaby, I know, but
Patriots Day.
but it's like it's emotional and it's funny and it's exciting. It's action packed. The music, we didn't talk about the music. The soundtrack is
The best.
one of the best movie soundtracks ever. Overall, obviously, great. And now number 1 on my list and number 2 on your list.
Oh wait, we need to do what I think it is.
Okay, so what do you think it is?
I think it is a 92.
91.
Oh god damn it.
Now number 1 on my list, number 2 on your list, The Avengers. Now I am making a video where I talk about this in depth, so I kind of don't really want to
Spoil too much here?
spoil all my thoughts. I mean, you know, it's one of my favorite movies. It's just phenomenal. That's just what it is. I know this always like the podcast really starts strong, like, hello everyone and welcome back to the Poorly Planned Podcast. And then as we progress, I kind of just get like, yeah,
You get very
we
flaccid.
gotta hurry this. We gotta hurry this up, man. Like, yeah, Avengers is fine. Like, it's
Avengers was pretty okay.
yeah, Avengers is great. All right, I got nothing to say about it. All right, action's great, acting's great, perfectly paced, very good, very funny.
Very funny.
Good job, Joss.
Josh.
Okay, so do you have anything to say about Avengers of note?
I like Hawkeye.
Very good.
Hawkeye's very good.
Yeah, look, I mean, everything I could say about Avengers I've said in like I imagine if you found this podcast, you're coming from my channel. If you haven't, by the way,
Very impressive.
that's crazy. Check out BHL Hudson, by the way. Pretty good channel.
Check out FTK Gaming.
But,
the better channel.
But, yeah, you know how I feel. You know how I feel about Avengers. It's great. One of my favorites. I love it. I think that's going to be the show for today. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. So, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
We hope you enjoyed this episode.
Okay, yes, we do. We're working on inclusion this time.
Did you blank? Did you forget something?
We didn't talk about the Tom Cnews.
Oh no! Perfect timing. How could we
okay,
forget?
We forgot to talk
This
about.
is the perfect, smoothest segment.
Okay, before we wrap it up, we have to talk about
The Tom Cnews.
the Tom Cruise news, or the Tom Cnews, as we've dubbed it.
We've dubbed it.
It's the dumbest joke. I don't even think it qualifies as a joke.
I know it does.
Okay, first of all, we saw American Made, the movie.
The book. The food.
So
It's
American
wonderful.
Made, I very much enjoyed it. I'm just looking at my first note. It says Cruise Booty. I don't know why I wrote it like that.
Oh, you know what?
Okay, I mean,
At a point in the movie, actually 2
2
points. Tom Cruise's family goes, "Daddy, smile," and he just moons them.
great.
Such a Tom Cruise thing to do.
Overall, the movie's very good. Besides the two mooning scenes,
Which makes it excellent.
it reminded me kind of Wolf of Wall Street a little bit, except like, not really, but like in some aspects, you know how like he kind of grows his empire and then it kind of falls a little bit. But the thing that I noticed about it is it's incredibly like fast paced. Like, because I was
Especially,
expecting,
in the start.
I was expecting like 20 minutes of build up.
Spoilers.
Well, no,
Kind
that's fine.
Well, now you idiot.
I was-
Nobody wants to hear about Tom Cnews.
I was expecting like 20 minutes of build up to when he was actually going to meet the CIA guy.
Yeah, but
it happens like 5 minutes in. It's
Mhm.
incredibly fast paced. It's very like has a very specific style to it. It's directed by Doug Liman, who does great movies. So very highly recommend. Very enjoyable. It's in cinemas now, but be warned, there is some cruise mooning in there. Some crooning, as we dubbed it. And the other piece of Tom Cnews that I gathered this week. So
Tom Cnews.
I tweeted out about we have a classmate where I thought it was amusing. Well, I'll pull up the tweet. So I tweeted out, I know a girl whose sister is Macaulay Culkin's brother's wife. Hollywood, here I come. Because I thought that was an amusing connection. And so yeah, we have a classmate who her sister is married to Kieran Culkin, who was in Scott Pilgrim. Actually, he's the gay best friend in that. Who, for the record, one of the most hilarious parts of that movie. So that's pretty awesome.
So you're technically family.
So if I marry this girl, I'll be Macaulay Culkin's brother-in-law.
Oh.
Think about that. But and then someone tweeted back, my grandpa knows Tom Cruise. He says he farts a lot. So thank you, Ivar Snorri. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but thank you for that, because that made me smile. I'm not sure how your grandpa knows Tom Cruise. It seems like something Tom Cruise does.
While he moves.
So thank you for that. That amused me quite. So anyway, that was the Tom Cnews and the podcast. I hope you enjoyed. We will be back next week with some other topic. We'll think of something.
We'll think of something.
We'll improvise.
Probably during the podcast.
So thank you for listening.
Check me out on FDK
Wait,
Gaming.
Let me.
Okay, the host first.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to say, for everyone who's, if you've made it to this part, thank you. For everyone who's wondering about iTunes, I am still trying to work that out, but I don't know. It's complicated. It should happen eventually. It should happen soon, hopefully, but trust me, I'm trying my best to get the pod onto iTunes.
You're not doing good enough of a job. What the hell?
But thank you for listening. You can find me on YouTube at BHL Hudson, obviously, and on Twitter and Instagram at BHL_Hudson. You can find Frederick.
You can check me out at FDK Gaming, a Minecraft channel. Wonderful, wonderful videos. First two videos, I've got watermarks. That's the police coming for my videos right here. And you can check me out at FDK_DaltSniper on Twitter.
But you have to tweet something out.
Well,
how about every episode you do, you have to tweet something?
Okay.
Just something random, like
that's a deal.
I like cheese. Tweet that out now.
That's not random.
That's very expected. So great. Thank you for listening. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, but watch.
Yeah, but shh.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.